2009, we made history with the election of President Barack Obama. He called us to service as there remains much work to do to end unemployment, poverty, and crime in our communities. There's so many books on how we can accomplish this. But this year, everyone's raving about this summer's hottest new book, The Solution for Black America, Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America by Chicago's own Emmanuel Barbee. A graduate of Northeastern Illinois University, Barbee addresses key ways we back our families and communities. But unlike so many other books on this topic, Barbee captivates his reader, presenting solutions through a riveting life story. It's entertaining, it's different, it's exciting. The perfect book club selection. Don't be left out. Get your copy of The Solution for Black America, Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America. Order today at Amazon.com.
Welcome to Help Stop the Genocide in American Ghettos podcast. I'm Emmanuel Barbee, the creator and host of this show. This podcast is a solution-based approach to addressing and solving Black issues starting in America. This video podcast is also about group interaction, global Black unity, kingdom building, and Black empowerment in the 21st century. The grassroots community activist movement is about making Black liberation a reality throughout the African diaspora. This is an interactive podcast where we address social issues that are important to Black people and the Black community. Community safety, urban violence, unemployment, mass incarceration, failing schools, police brutality, inadequate health care, housing, urban gentrification, and institutionalized racism. This podcast is also about educating Black people by providing a forum in which artists, authors, Black business owners, and Black Christian leaders can gather together in a supportive environment. When we say community, we mean it. We are not affiliated with any organizations. We are independent. The grassroots community activist movement incites social change through community engagement that cultivates knowledge, dialogue, and action within the Black community, starting in Chicago. Our vision is to incite empathy, thought, dialogue, and action through our podcast. Our upcoming film and future Black business. We are on the front lines battling corporate radio on behalf of the Black community. I encourage everyone who is listening or watching this video podcast to please subscribe to my Mixcloud page, my YouTube channel, and my Linktree page, which provide the links to all of my major sites. Please share this video podcast with all of your friends on all the social sites that you are on. This will help get the ball rolling. I do this show in order to network with everyone on my friends list and everyone in my social groups. It's convenient because you can participate, listen, or watch this video in the privacy of your home. Tonight's presentation, the coronavirus bailout exposed. Before I go into my presentation, I want to give special shout out to Sister Renee, Evangelist Amanda Matthews, and my international friends, Reverend Dr. Nola George Ekoyi from Nigeria, and Evangelist Martha Mumba from South Africa. Over the past week, information relating to the coronavirus, which is COVID-19, has increased substantially. The grassroots community activist movement values the health and safety of the Black community, which is our top priority. With the uncertainty surrounding the outbreak of the coronavirus, the grassroots community activist movement wants to reassure our readers across the globe. The CAN will remain online and available for our members who want a trusted source of unbiased information. The COVID-19 pandemic makes clear our global community has a responsibility towards one another. We have no precedents for its challenges, but we do know that our best response relies on the sort of global empathy, cooperation, and community building that sits at the heart of our movement. My blog post on Medium about this topic has received positive likes. We are proving that even in a time of social distancing, we can celebrate our human bond by coming together online to share information. We will keep working to bring you reliable and neutral information. Now as ever, our priority is to remain worthy of your trust. This is a time to pray and read. Why not use this time to also read my story, The Solution for Black America, 2nd edition. I am encouraging every one of my friends list and everyone in my social groups to help me get my revised book on the bestsellers list so that I can do all the things which I have written in my revised book. Please send me your email address to my Facebook inbox so that we can network directly. You can also connect with me through Skype. My screen name is Manuel for Mankind. That's all one word. The time is nigh. I will also have this video podcast as a transcript available on Medium, on my Medium page, so you can read it in case if you don't really understand English, or just if you prefer to read what I'm saying. What is coronavirus? In a nutshell, it's a virus that jumps from one species to the next. Coronavirus are a group of related viruses that cause disease in mammals and birds. In humans, coronavirus cause respiratory tract infection that can be mild, such as some cases of the common cold, and others that can be lethal, such as SARS or MERS. The proper name again is COVID-19. Examples of coronavirus are the common cold, MERS, and SARS, severe acute respiratory syndrome. SARS made the leap from cats to humans. Now we got COVID-19, which has made the leap from bats to humans. It originated in Wuhan, a city in China. The Chinese government dismissed a physician who tried to warn the government about this new type of strain. We don't have any type of vaccines as a cure. So they tried to suppress his his statements and stuff like that when he was trying to warn them, and so he was coerced to sign some type of confession saying that he made a mistake and blah blah blah, and as a result, not only he ended up passing away, but so many others, and then it spread throughout Europe and also around the world. And it started, I'm going to say, December 29th of last year. The medical community does not have experience to help the public. There are yet to be a vaccine or an antiviral drug to prevent or treat human coronavirus infections. We encourage our members to follow the CDC preventive measures, such as frequently wash your hands with soap and water, cover your mouth when you sneeze or cough, avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth, avoid close contact with sick people, frequently disinfect objects and surface using cleaning sprays or wipes. I ran across a video of a so-called brother who was caping hard for people to patronize Asian businesses. This is a real problem in the black community. People within our own group will go out of their way to help other groups. But I don't see any videos about those type of people to advocate patronizing black businesses. And again, that's a real problem. We see that the financial elites have no problem rolling out $1 trillion to save the American economy, but no money for black reparations. That's the hypocrisy. We see it again at the higher level. Representative Grace Ming tweeted on March 3rd that misinformation and xenophobic about the coronavirus has hit the Asian American owned business hard. She suggested that Congress pass legislation for interest-free loans available to Asian businesses that are affected. Then on March 5th, President Trump signed an $8.3 billion stimulus package into law. All of a sudden, the resources are available to bail out the American economy because of the coronavirus. Black America, this should be your wake-up call, once and for all. Because again, for the past 28 years, online as well as offline, I've been trying my best to connect with, I would say, other like-minded brothers and sisters who think outside the boxes of myself, to come forth to work with me and Sister Renee to turn my virtual Christian socialist organization into a real black Christian business. And still, to this day, I don't have anyone on my management team, and it's just a shame. And also, I was planning on trying to do my film this year, and now because of this coronavirus, I have to put that on hold. So, but I know one thing for sure: I don't have another 28 years to to waste. I'm going to do the best that I can to encourage my group members to step up, and do their parts. I encourage people that's on my friends list to purchase the book, read my story for yourself. That's all I'm asking. And if you agree, I would love to hear from those that agree and that's able to be physically here with smart boots on the ground in the city of Chicago to work with me and Sister Renee. So that way we can get this thing started and hopefully take this organization and expand it to the African continent. Nobody offers black people a stimulus package. Black businesses are told either you're going to sink or swim. The line about we can't do something that will only benefit black people, they never say that to any other groups. So take notice of the career politicians and entertainers who are putting other group interests ahead of ours. Be smart and be proactive and be safe. That's the main thing at this point in time, with this virus. I want all of my people that's on my friends list and people that's in my social groups to be safe. Yes, we're on mandatory lockdown. It's quote unquote like martial law. And this is not going to happen. This is not the first time that this is going to happen. This is going to happen again and again. But we just have to be prepared. Bottom line. Again, I have that passion. Before I cut and run from the United States, I would love to have my Christian business established here in the city of Chicago to help my brothers and sisters that's being overlooked by society, that's being slaughtered, to give them an opportunity to enjoy life, to be able to get out of those inner cities and work, be able to come and be able to leave the United States, in terms of getting their passports and come to Africa with me and Sister Renee, where we can, try to rebuild the continent over there, because that's where we belong in the first place. I understand where a lot of people are coming from, that, saying that, what's the point of trying to rebuild Black Wall Street when it's going to get sabotaged? But I don't want us to just go over there empty-handed. I want us to make sure that we have our talented people with the talents and skills to bring to the African continent to help our people that's over there too. But since we're right here in the United States, and since that's the community that I came from, I'm just trying to give back. And if I'm not able to get support from people here in my own city, I'll take this organization to another city. But bottom line, it's going to start here in America first before we come to Africa for credibility purposes. The grassroots community activist movement will become a real Black Christian business known as Grakai, the Grassroots Community Activist Institute. This is my gift to my members worldwide. I encourage all of my South African friends to work with Evangelist Martha Mumba to share my book information, my video podcasts, and my blogs. I encourage all of my Nigerian friends to work with Reverend Dr. Lola George Aoki. This will help lay the groundwork so that when I do come to South Africa and Nigeria, I can greet my team in person after this virus is cleaned up. Grakai will operate on two fronts, domestically and internationally. On the domestic front, we're going to start here in the city of Chicago, and our goal or our mission is to eradicate urban violence in Chicago through our programs and services, to tackle poverty, institutionalized racism, and police brutality within the Black community, to offer a second chance program for ex-offenders of nonviolent crimes, former gang members, and homeless individuals within the community, to promote economic opportunities in the African American community by being a community advocate and resource for our members, to strengthen the Black family and work directly with single Black mothers and or single Black fathers who want to utilize our programs and services. For example, we will offer youth services to children and young adults by providing them with stipends to be in our films, stage plays, and music videos. This act alone will have a positive impact in the Black community. To create a sense of national urgency about the genocide which is taking place within our inner cities in America, starting in Chicago. We will achieve this through journalism, social media, and public forums. In all of our work, we strive to educate and enlarge our audience of concerned citizens who care about solving Black issues once and for all in America. To create innovative educational programs that advance the Black agenda and challenge and entertain audience in Chicago and beyond. To equip men and women to lead with integrity, creativity, competency, and compassion in a diverse, interconnected, and increasingly urbanized marketplace. To rebuild Black Wall Street through a community-based response from a educational, cultural, and economic viewpoint for residents of the African American community. Grakai seeks to develop quality programs and services that can be a model for the Black community in America. To develop programs which focus on strengthening the Black family while addressing social problems and applying solution-based ideas from my revised book to implement educational and economic opportunities in the Black community for local residents. To launch community research, community advocacy, and literacy initiatives for local residents. Grakai is about building institutions that work for the Black community, which the community can participate in and support. To grow on a national level, holding empowerment conferences, bi-monthly prayer, and pathetic summits and mentorship programs. Grakai will be dedicated to pushing Black people past their limits and pulling out gifts, talents, and ideas that are lying inside of them. On the international front, our focus will be on setting up chapters in 10 African nations. They are as follows: Liberia, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Angola, Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, Ethiopia, Tanzania, and Uganda. I encourage my Native African friends to put pressure on your governments to allow my staff to have citizenship within 3 years if you are serious about us doing business on the continent. I encourage my Native African friends to share my book information, my video podcasts, and my blogs with your friends on Facebook and any other sites that you are on to help get the ball rolling. We will go through the proper channels with the African government to start the Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Africa as an NGO, which is a non-government organization. We will provide private employment to our members based on our budget and sponsorship. We will provide infrastructure to build roads, bridges, power supplies, clean running water, agricultural technology, solar and wind energy to help our members with their electrical generators, and most of all, help improve the African economy. In time, we will expand to Brazil and Pacific places in the Caribbean, such as Barbados, Bahamas, Haiti, and Jamaica. The Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Africa will be an effort to assist the diaspora in the ability to shop with, visit, invest, or relocate back to Africa. All of our products and services will be provided by skilled and professional Africans from around the continent. It's important for the diaspora to make the connection physically and economically. Grakai of Africa will be there to help arrange your travel, welcome you upon arrival, and assist with tours, translators, and more. Grakai will consist of a nonprofit, cooperative, and also a for-profit service-based business. Again, the nonprofit component of Grakai, that's my gift to my members worldwide. The Grassroots Community Activist Institute will take the lead in the marketplace by creating community co-ops, worker-owned cooperatives, community grocery stores, and eventually community housing for our members. Under the nonprofit cooperative, which will be called the Green Zone, Grakai will be governed by an advisory board. Grakai will be membership-based and operate for the mutual benefit of our members. Also, any earnings we make are returned to our members in the forms of lower prices through our quality programs and services. Our members come first, and we will be committed to providing reliable information to them. Under the for-profit service-based business, the Red Zone, and that's where I'm going to make my bread and butter, so this is going to be the for-profit portion of it. We will offer state-of-the-art recreational center that will offer bowling, high rope adventure courses, captivating game rooms featuring the latest video and amusements, stylish billboards, energetic dance rooms, and high-quality restaurants, various businesses, on-site childcare, and an on-site music recording studio for our students making documentary films and stage plays. In addition, we will host family fun activities including combination bills, birthday parties, weddings, and corporate parties or events. Grakai will operate under 5 separate components: a social service component, a spiritual component which will be optional for secular people, an entertainment component, an entrepreneur component, and a political component. In time, we will have a health and wellness component and a black media component. Our focus is on providing quality programs and services to the low-income African American community and work with black families that want to utilize our programs and services. The Grassroots Community Activist Institute will be membership-based. Everyone will be screened and must attend our mandatory orientation and sign the community pledge. No exceptions. No hardened criminals, no active gang members, no urban terrorists, no pedophiles, and no half-steppers allowed in my organization. This is how I get down. This is my contribution back to my community, society, and throughout the African diaspora. What makes Grakai different from other black organizations is that my revised book is the foundation of this organization. Everything that's written in that book, we're going to carry it out to the fullest. And that's what makes us different from, other organizations that's already out there. I'm not interested in trying to network or affiliate myself with those that's already in power, that's calling themselves representing black people, because they are the ones that's in the pockets of the financial elites. And again, the financial elites are the ones that's causing all these social problems in the first place. And I can go deeper than that. In the Bible, in the book of Luke, chapter 2, verse 1, just read that verse right there. And basically what it says is that's when Caesar decided to tax the world. Again, that wasn't God's will, that was man. And that was his way of saying, hey, I'm going to take over. So how he does that is by messing up other people's economy. Because he wants, you to be under his economy. And that's why it said in the Bible, it said, render to Caesar what's Caesar's, and render what's God's to God. Yes, the Bible does say that, we're supposed to, comply under the government, because they're the ones that's in power. So we're supposed to respect our leaders. But when but we as Christians, when they are going against Christian values in terms of abortion and imposing those alternative lifestyles on people, that's not cool. And that goes against a lot of Christians and our faith. So, Grakai is different from, other organizations because we don't want to be under Caesar. All we want to do, yes, we want to follow the laws and stuff of the land, but if you're really smart, I'm just going there. Black Americans, this is not our home, America. Our ancestors was forced to come here, and yes, our ancestors helped build this country. They had to build it by force, though. It wasn't willingly. So, God has blessed us to get out of slavery. I don't understand what happened with our people in terms of what they call it reconstruction. They tried to make it work here, once, our people got out of slavery and everything. But when Marcus Garvey, came on the scene, I don't understand why our people didn't, want to heed to him during that time and, just go ahead and relocate back to the motherland. So Dr. King, he came on the scene, back in the 60s, and, he was an upright man and he was positive. I enjoyed the fact that, our grandparents stood up against, institutionalized racism. But we still going through the same garbage in 2020. And so, yes, I know I can't reach everybody. I mean, the people that I keep running across the most is just closed-minded. I don't really want to call them too bad of names because they're part of our racial group. But again, I'm trying to connect with like-minded individuals that think outside the box like myself, for us to just try to help our brothers and sisters first that's trapped in American ghettos, starting here in Chicago, and more specifically on the west side of Chicago, Austin Garfield Park in North Lawndale, and eventually on the south side of Chicago. Make our presence known in those high crime, gang, and drug infested communities. Not going there trying to say that, we're here to tell you what to do and all that stuff, but to say, hey, look, we offer a better alternative and we're willing to work with you. We understand that you made some mistakes in life and things like that, but hey, you go through our program, we're willing to work with you. And as leader of this organization, I guarantee you that I will work with you and your immediate family members as long as you remain a member. So nobody else can make that type of statement. But again, you're just going to have to be on the up and up. You got to stop doing criminality. You got to want more out of life too. Nobody, if you don't have any goals in life, we can't work with you. That's just how it is. So anybody that's not part of this organization, all we can do for those persons is pray for them and show them tough love, because we can't help everybody. But I don't want to continue, keep trying to get something started, here in this country, especially in my own city, if I don't have support from the black community. Because after all, this is for the black community. I'm trying to do something positive. This ain't no good joke to me. I'm tired of seeing our people being slaughtered. And I'm tired of, the murder rate, being ignored. But, Africa, please, my Native African brothers and sisters, don't act like black Americans. When I come to the continent, I'm coming there to create jobs for you, so that way you don't have to, just lay down and just die. You don't have to go to, I guess, try to get over there to Europe to find employment because your government failed you. This organization is to work with ordinary law-abiding citizens. We're not trying to challenge the government and all that stuff. Our focus is on solving black issues at the local level. We are the soil. That's why it's called grassroots community activist movement, because we want to work with the common people. Middle class as well as the working class and so-called underclass. Now, non-black sympathizers, they're welcome to join us, but they're going to be screened. But right now, before we invite guests, I want to make sure that we get our house in order first. So I want to make sure that we deal with this Willie Lynch mentality. Again, 28 years, I've been pushing this and I've been paraphrasing, what I say here and there, but I'm saying the same thing. But it's very rough, and it's very sad to see a lot of our people, like I say, caping hard for, the Asian community or businesses and stuff like that. I mean, after all, again, it was the Chinese government that caused all this unnecessary havoc, in the world, when they could have just gone ahead and been transparent about what went down and try to get that stuff solved in the, when it was real small before it spread. So, it is what it is. But I'm not going to say I hate America. All I can say, I just don't like American policies. those that's not able to leave, this organization is going to basically be for them too, so that way they know that, hey, we tried to do something positive. And this is what I want to be remembered for, trying to do something. I'm not running for no public office. I'm just trying to find brave and smart people to work with me and Sister Renee so we can get this thing up and running. And again, I'm not asking for donations. I just want people to read my story, because everything that's in that book, we're going to carry it out. There's no secrets. But anyway, everything that I've written in the book, that's just half of my knowledge. I got other stuff. But I'm not interested in writing more books. I'm interested in creating businesses. I'm interested in raising the standard of black people, especially in the inner cities. There's always that stereotype that they don't have no ambition and all that stuff. That's a doggone lie. And I'm an example. And that's how come, my story is being suppressed big time. But if I don't have support from the black community, how can I do my job? And I got a letter again from the IRS. They're just playing, they're just playing games, because they keep asking me what's the mission statement and all that stuff, and it's the same thing: to eradicate urban violence in Chicago through our programs and services. And I gave them a business plan for the nonprofit. And they keep asking about my assets and stuff. Everything is zero because I don't have a physical building. I don't have any capital for this organization. That's why I've written my story, so I can generate capital. That's why I want to do the film, so that way I can, the proceeds from the film, I can be in a better position financially to hire a qualified black middle class professionals, get equipment, purchase property here in the United States as well as in Africa, and do all those things again, which I've written. So I want everybody to know my story. Hood Liberator, made in Chicago, the war against Willie Lynch begins. It's basically the same thing from the book, except I'm focusing a little bit more about my own personal experience when I did street ministry, and to explain the vision a little bit better, because it's going to be visual, so that way people don't get confused. I know it's a lot of stuff. Yes, my blogs can be kind of long, so that's how come I try to reach people through the videos. So if you don't want to read it, you can at least hear it through a podcast or watch the video. And yes, on my videos I am reading my speeches, because this is a lot of stuff. And again, this is not for entertainment. This is for, I would say, public information, public announcement, basically, for those that's concerned about black issues. And again, I'm not trying to be racist and all that stuff, because everybody nowadays want to get offended about things. That's why sometimes, like on Facebook, they want to take down some of my videos and my blog posts. But I'm not saying anything about harming people. I'm trying to connect with other people that think outside the box like me, and for us to go ahead and get this stuff started. The governments can be that's on them. We're not focusing on the government, but I want people to know that this is a legitimate business. I'm not trying to apply for that 501c3 to get government handouts. I'm doing that so that way I can, connect with other people to sponsor, the film project. My angel investors and sponsors, so that they'll know that, it's for a good cause. It's not something that I'm just trying to put in my pocket. And the reason why I had to make it as a non-for-profit, because I couldn't find investors for my for-profit business part of the organization, which is going to be the red zone, which I mentioned earlier. But yes, Grakai is going to be both. Well, it's going to have another name for the business part of it, but the nonprofit part of it is Grakai, the Grassroots Community Activist Institute. Yes, in the book I did say Grakai was going to be the for-profit, but again, I have to switch it up because no, I couldn't find investors. But either way it goes, I know how to write it up in terms of a business plan for a nonprofit as well as for a for-profit, and I'm going to teach black entrepreneurs how to do that as well. All the knowledge that I know, I'm going to pass that down up in this business. And again, thank you for watching this video podcast, and again, subscribe, and most of all, purchase my revised book. Read the whole book, and if you feel that you want to work with me and Sister Renee, then hit me up because I provide all my contact information in there. Email address, my Skype, you can connect with me on Skype. So it's all in there, as well as the name of some of the groups that I have on Facebook.